haunted by himself. For years, the old Victorian house at the end of Maple Lane was the subject of whispers and sideways glances. The man who lived there, Thomas, was no stranger to these rumors. His family had been plagued by unexplained occurrences, doors creaking open on their own, cold drafts in rooms with sealed windows, and the eerie sensation of being watched. His wife and children often spoke of shadows passing in the corners of their eyes, and Thomas himself had begun to hear faint whispers in the dead of night, words that danced just beyond comprehension. Despite it all, he dismissed these as tricks of the mind, desperate to maintain a semblance of normalcy. The tension in the house thickened like fog, and Thomas found himself increasingly isolated, his family growing distant and fearful. One evening, in an attempt to confront the unknown, he set up cameras throughout the house, determined to catch whatever was tormenting them. As he reviewed the footage, a chill settled over him. The cameras captured the usual oddities, but there was something else, a figure, barely perceptible, that seemed to glide through walls and hover near his family, always just out of reach. The figure had an unsettling familiarity about it, and Thomas felt a creeping sense of dread as he watched the tapes over and over. Determined to solve the mystery, Thomas began to dig through old family records and diaries, hoping to uncover any clue about the entity that haunted them. Late one night, he stumbled upon a dusty journal belonging to his great-grandfather. As he flipped through the brittle pages, his blood ran cold. The journal detailed the life of a man who had lost his grip on reality, who had turned to dark rituals in a desperate attempt to bind his soul to the house, fearing death above all else. The rituals had worked, but at a terrible cost. The man had become a ghost, trapped within the walls of his own home. It was then that the truth hit Thomas with the force of a sledgehammer. The figure on the tapes, the whispers in the night, the shadows, they were all manifestations of his own spirit. He had become the ghost haunting his family, unaware of his own demise. The realization was a cruel revelation, and as he looked into the mirror, he no longer saw his reflection. Thomas was left to wander the halls, a spectral guardian of a family that could never truly see him, condemned to an eternity of solitude in the place he once called home. The chilling awareness gnawed at him, a reminder that sometimes, the greatest horrors lie within ourselves.